Hey guys, Desmo here. In today's video, I want to share with you my plan for early access with my first character. I have here a picture that I made with Illustrator, since we don't have access to any tools like passive building, to help us keep track on what we are building and which way we should go with the passive skill tree. To build that, I was using this tool. Here, where we have a lot of information on the big nodes on the passive skill tree and the keystones as well. But we don't have any information on the small nodes, and all the nodes, the big nodes that you see that are in red, we don't have information with as well. So we have already quite a lot of information, which allowed me to make this kind of a passive building. But this is not complete, so the path might change when we get more information along the week, and I will update the video if we have more information and if I find more interesting paths to take. So I'm gonna go quickly around the tree. So the basic plan that I have is to build a character that is actually quite tanky. This is why I chose to go with the Titan, because we are going to be quite powerful. This is a class which will be pretty much straightforward. This is not a class which is going to be complicated in terms of mechanic. You are not gonna get lost in your build. You will not mess up with some mechanic which will make your build weak. You cannot go wrong with the Titan, I think. So basically, we take node to build melee damage, physical damage, stun build-up, a little bit of attack speed, but the attack speed is not so easy to find on the tree. We are taking some Warcry nodes to improve the cooldown and the Warcry speed, also the number of exerted attacks. For the people who never played the Warcry build before, basically exerted attacks are much stronger, and you have a limited amount of exerted attack when you Warcry, so you can improve that with the tree. I'm also taking a few chance to block nodes, because we are going to invest a bit on that as well. One important fact is that we are taking Giant's Blood. It's a keystone, which allows us to wield a 200 melee weapon or a 200 melee weapon and a shield. And we are going to go with the shield option. Basically, everything here is about physical damage, Warcry, stun build-up, and so on. We're taking a little bit of max resistance here and elemental resistance. We have the weapon specialization here for maces. And then we are going on top of the tree, get some more Warcry, and we are taking the cluster nodes here with some block chance and recover energy shield equal to 1% of armor when we block. So we are going to try to get a decent amount of block chance, and we will have some gears with energy shield to recover energy shield when we block. It should be a really good layer of defense, and probably the shield is where we're gonna get the energy shield, and since we take the node here to double the effect of the defense from the equipped shield, we should have a decent amount of shield that way. I'm gonna try to have at least 800 energy shield, so that could be a sufficient amount of defense. We will need also to build around increasing armor, but I didn't take so far so many nodes of increased armor. Also because we don't have too many information on this type of nodes so far. There's a few, but I didn't take them for now. This build in this state is we have 72 node taken, and so it should be something that you have by the end of the campaign. It should be around level 60, and with the quest node it should be 72 nodes. So we can expect to have this passive skill tree by the end of the last act, a bit before we actually finish it. So that is for the skill tree. I'm gonna talk quickly about the Ascendance, but we don't have too many informations yet for the Ascendance, so this part is the one that might change the most. So this is the Titan Ascendancy. And we have actually more information than what we have on the Reddit post. But here we don't know exactly for some nodes where they are located. We have a couple nodes that we are very likely to take. It's the crushing impact and the suppressing strength. And I believe that one which is extremely powerful is the ancestral empowerment. Every second slam skill you use yourself is ancestrally boosted. That is very powerful, but we don't know where is the location. I believe that it's going to be on the top left. The first option that we would have is to take first the two top left ascendancy points, and then the two other ones on the bottom. But we have absolutely no information for the 4 big nodes that we have here. But there is a last node which is really strong, but we don't know its location. It's the mysterious lineage. And this is 20 more maximum life. Maximum life, increased maximum life in the game is something that is gonna be very scarce. So having 20 more maximum life from the essence is gonna be very strong. The problem is we don't know where is the location, and this is why it's very difficult as for now to make plans on the Ascendancy. This is it for the Ascendancy. And the last part of my projection for the build is the skill that we are going to use. Again, the plan that I'm doing, it's for the campaign, it's not for the end game. So I did plan my skill gem according to what we're gonna unlock along the campaign. We might have better options, I'm pretty sure about that, but we don't know how we're gonna have access to them and what we can do. So I did take a look at the gem reward that we get throughout the campaign, and I did plan the gem and the gem socket according to that. So first we are going to take a rolling slam, and I did put some support gem on each of the skills that we have. I'm going to provide the link to my skill planning here in the video description, so you can browse around it as you wish. But I'm just going to show you quickly what we have. The support skill gem, I'm not sure exactly how we are going to be able to unlock them and how often. So we might not have a good access to so much support gem. And on top of that, during the campaign, we will probably not either have access to 5 support for 1 skill. So it's probably going to be more like 3. But I did put everything I could just to have a template. And if we can get as much as we have here, it's going to be good, all right? So again, rolling slam with stomping ground, extended combo, physical mastery, and maim. Remember that you can only use 1 iteration of each support. So if you use 1 support like extended combo here, you cannot use it anywhere else. This is why I made some decisions that are not necessarily the best for 1 skill, but we cannot use too many gems though, so this is why it's like that. Then on the next skill that we get, it's the tier 3. I chose to go with shield charge because it's gonna help us clear the campaign faster. Shield charge is the one that is going to speed up the process in the campaign the most, so this is why I took shield charge here. Then on tier 5, the skill that we get, I chose to go with resonating shield, because the 2 other are not so aligned with what we want to do, I think. And resonating shield is a quite good layer of defense as well. So this is why I chose this one. Also, I did put here Infernal Cry, because if we can have another skill gem from tier 3, on top of shield charge, we will use Infernal Cry for sure, because we are going to invest into Warcry quite quickly. So Resonating Shield, I linked it with more duration and area of effect, because we don't care too much about the damage that it does and so on. So this is just to improve its effect. And then we have Earth Shatter. Earth Shatter, this is the tier 7 skill gem. We could take Shield Wall, but we already have Resonating Shield, and Lip Slime, this is the same. We could take it for the movement skill ability, but we already have Shield Charge, so this is enough as it is. And then for the next skill that we take, for the tier 9, there's Volcanic Fissure and Thunder. We will take Thunder, but I'm not sure if we are going to use it, so I didn't include it in the skill gem that we have. but I'm gonna try both and see which one performs the better during the campaign. The advantage of Shatter, it's a less base damage, but there's interaction with Warcry. So if we have a good setup with Warcry, by the time we get Thunder, we will not use it. If we are lacking a bit of interaction with the Warcry, or if we don't have any Warcry in our skill inventory yet, we will use Thunder. This is as simple as that. Thunder is a lot more base damage, and it has a good area of effect, so that could be really good. Both are good options. We just need to make sure that we have a good setup for Warcries for keeping our shatter. So then on tier 11, we have Seismic Cry, Supercharge, and Stampede. And we will use Seismic Cry because, as I said, we are investing into Seismic Cry. So we are going to use it. And I just put with it Enraged Warcry because I already have a few other support for Infernal Cry. We have Raging Cry and Dazing Cry. Basically, Dazing is a new interaction in Path of Exile 2. And when you daze an enemy, you can then deal more damage to them with some skills that interact with dazing. And then for the last reward on tier 13, I took Hammer of the Gods, and this is going to be our finisher skill. I linked it with Fist of War because you cannot use it too often. There's a limitation of every 6 seconds, but the cooldown for Hammer of the Gods is already 24 seconds, so that's absolutely not an issue. And then just some other supported gem like Culling Strike and Brutality just to improve a bit its effect because we already have other supports on our other skills. Culling Strike is just to make sure, absolutely sure, that the enemy is gonna die when you use it. No enemy should be able to survive, but just in case, if we are not powerful enough, this is going to make sure that we kill them. I used also Brutality here to improve the damage. There is a gem that we could use, Behead, which gonna give us, it's basically a headhunter support. We're gonna steal modifiers from rare monster that we kill. That's an option, we don't have to use it here. This is gonna absolutely kill anything that we hit, so we are sure to steal something from the rare monsters, but this is a totally optional setup. And then we have the Blasphemy setup that everybody is gonna use for early access. This is the Blasphemy with Temporal Chain and Enfeeble, which are extremely strong. Basically, you reserve only 30 spirit per curse linked to Blasphemy, so we need to pass to Whisper of Doom to be able to apply an additional curse. Until we take this node, you don't need to link 2 curse with Blasphemy. Probably we will take a Temporal Chain first, I'm not sure about that. Maybe Enfeeble we can swap during bosses and so on. I think Temporal Chain, while you move around, is gonna be a bit better. But this is 2 very good curse, and for the support for them, we have Encumbrance to increase the effect of slow. So this is for Temporal Chain, and we have Heightened Curse to give both of the curse that will link more effect. And I did put on top of that X-Bloom to spread the curse that we inflict on enemy within 3 meters when they die. So it's a little bit extra quality of life. This is absolutely not necessary. If you don't have the intelligence, for instance, to use it, don't. It's really not necessary. It's just a little bit to help us like spread the curse. It's gonna be easier, but it should really not be necessary. We could also put a area of effect here, but I did use it with Resonating Shield, so you can swap that around, you can do something else. This is just a template. You can do many different things. We have many options. One last thing is that with the curse, we have 60 spirit reserved, so we have enough reservation left, spirit left to use a Herald. So I chose to add Herald of Ash to the build. It's not like extremely useful. It's a little bit of extra damage. Buff cause attacks to gain 15% of damage as extra fire. This is a little buff. This is fine. It reserves 30 spirit, so we even with the curse and the Herald, we still have some spirit left. We have 10, and probably we will have much more by the end of the campaign. So we will probably add something else on top of that for the skills that reserve spirit. I'm considering to add something like a cast on stun or cast on something, which will reserve about 50 spirit. But this is what I have so far for my planning. I hope you like the idea. It's nothing fancy. It's just a warrior that hits hard and kills everything pretty quickly. I think it's gonna be very good for the campaign, and then once we reach map we will probably tweak the build around to make it much more powerful. But I want to have more information about the game, the Ascendancy and so on before making plan any further. So I will update the video, as I said, when we have more information on the nodes, and there is a lot that we don't have. As you can see, the red nodes, there is a lot missing. So, for instance, I know that this node, we don't have any information for it, but we know the design of the symbol here. It's a two-handed melee node, that's for sure. And just like this one here, you see, this is this kind of a flame or something like that. And this one is a two-handed melee weapon node, so we know this one is also one, but we don't know what it is. So is it worth pathing here to take it? I don't know. This one, same, and it's mandatory to reach this one. I would believe this is maybe an axe. I don't know. The shape of the node here, it's telling you what it is usually, you know, like you have the crossbow here in the shape of the crossbow and so on, so you know pretty much what it is. It looks maybe like an axe, I don't know. Is it good for our build? I'm not sure, because we are using maces. We are taking the nodes here. We will play maces, it's pretty much sure. Also, there is the node here, which is for strengths. We don't have any information about that. But since we are using the keystone here, which doubled the requirement for our weapon, and we will need quite a lot of strengths to be able to achieve that, taking this node, I think, is not optional. We will probably use it. I'm pretty sure it's going to be good as well. I hope it's a node that increases strength, but we will see about that. We are passing on this way anyway, so it's just a couple points. It's probably going to be good. It's going to be more life if we have more strength, so that's going to be definitely a good option. That is it for the video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the content. If you do, consider like and subscribe, and take care of yourself, and see you in my next video. Bye!